Most new managers know that they'll have to apply a different set of skills to be successful in their new role. But despite being prepared for the challenges ahead, new managers can come unstuck in unexpected ways. This module is based around a Harvard Business Review article titled "The 7 Things That Surprise New Managers." And we'll take a closer look at each of the 7 surprises and help you be more prepared for them in your role managing a small team. As a new manager, you first need to realize you can't be directly involved in every project that your team is working on. Your perspective has to shift from getting things done yourself to getting things done through other people. So to avoid the problems associated with this surprise, use delegation effectively. Question whether you need to participate in tasks or simply be informed of their outcomes. Be careful not to make too many decisions for people. When people come to you with a question, ask them what they recommend. Give people the guidance resources to do the job themselves, and then you could be freed up to do the job of managing and leading your team. As a manager, you need to try and reach a situation where you don't tell people what to do and can instead trust them to make the right decisions. Some people can doubt their ability to make decisions, and when this happens, they're more likely to come to you for approval of everything. And this creates manager dependency and can make you a decision-making bottleneck, potentially stalling your team's progress. So, to avoid the problems associated with this surprise, keep coming back to the vision and values. Keep people informed, train and mentor them so they have the knowledge and confidence to make decisions based on what's best for the company. Create systems and structures so that your people understand what needs to get done and how to do it. Endorse effective decision-making tools and demonstrate how to use them. Let people know that mistakes are going to be part of the development process, that you'd rather they take some risks than risk indecision. Obviously, this may not be suitable in all types of work, so use your best judgment. But recognize how placing trust in people impacts on your team's performance. You need accurate information to manage effectively, and you'll have to gather that information proactively. So, talk to people. Talk to people in person, on the phone, by Skype. Try wherever you can to avoid the ease of email. It's all about communication. They need to know what you're thinking, you need to know what they're thinking. So try, wherever you can, not to put yourself into that box or silo that cuts you off from the people around you. Now, as a manager, your words and actions hold a lot of weight. People will think about why you said or did something. They'll try and interpret whether your words or actions contained a hidden message, and your mood will affect your team. Everything you say will be analysed. Managers lead by example, whether they want to or not, and you need to be careful of the example you're setting and the messages you're sending, deliberate or not. There's a brutal reality that employees duplicate 50% of what a manager does right, but 100% of what they do wrong. So to avoid the problems associated with this surprise, use simple and clear language when you're communicating. Think about your body language. Use it to convey the right message. Use storytelling to communicate the key messages you want people to hear. And be a good role model for your people. Lead by example. While you might be the boss of your team, you aren't the ultimate boss. There will always be someone you need to report to, and you can't allow yourself to be caught up in your own importance. You need to learn how to manage upward, and be aware of how you stand with the people you report to. Don't let the flow of information stop with you just because you're the manager. Learn how to develop effective relationships with powerful people in your organization. Find ways to collaborate with people who you report to and gain their trust. And remember to share information and resources on a regular basis, both with your team and with others. This is a delicate one, because managing principals are inevitably going to be driven by profit and performance orientation, and this can give them a short-term perspective. However, there are other longer term considerations that are more important than these goals, and you need to be aware of them as a manager. For instance, do you push your team to finish a project unfeasibly early because your boss is putting pressure on you? If someone's behaving inappropriately with some of your people, when do you decide enough is enough? Making these sorts of decisions is a real balancing act, and to avoid the problems associated with this surprise, there are certain things you need to keep coming back to. Firstly, understand the vision of the company and what it stands for, and make decisions based on that vision and those values. Reward team behaviour that promotes those values. Develop a clear strategy for your team and make sure it's aligned with corporate strategy. And understand value-based management, the idea you should be chasing the best long-term value for your business, not sacrificing future just to boost this quarter's earnings. But lastly, remember you're only human. As a manager, you must remember your position doesn't make you better or more capable than anyone else. You'll continue to make mistakes. People around you will still have different opinions to you. But it does make you more responsible, and you need to demonstrate this responsibility. Be humble, thankful, reward the people around you who make you and your team look good. Be accountable to yourself. And remember, good management is as much about emotional intelligence as it is about IQ. You need to remain connected with colleagues, families, and friends to keep that sense of perspective and keep that balance. So let's just go over those key points again. You can't spin all the plates yourself. Giving orders is costly. Don't make people too dependent on you. It's hard to know what's going on. You need to be proactive about finding out. Remember, you're always sending a message. Think about that, verbally and non-verbally. You aren't the boss. You need to make sure that you keep managing upwards. But you also need to have the confidence of knowing that you have a long-term perspective in what you do. And give yourself a break. You're still only human. Keep all the support networks around you going. And more than anything, good luck.